I had a gentleman stay at my home for it was 2 weeks, and he needed to get insurance because his insurance company canceled him just out of the blue after they had to fix his car because he was parked at Metro. When he came back from Metro, someone had run into his car. So the insurance company he had fixed the car, and then it was probably 3 or 4 months afterward, they just said canceled him. And he asked me, did I know of an insurance company that he can get insurance? So I said, well, I'm with State Farm, and let's call him. So we called, and I told the man, I think his name is Ray, because I dealt with a totally different guy when I ended up getting my insurance, who's no longer with the company. So I gave him my information. He wanted my information, and I said, well, what does my information have to do with getting this gentleman insurance? He's a vet, and he was waiting for housing on the base. So I let him stay with me for 2 weeks. And they ended up giving him insurance. They got his email, they got everything, but somehow they got it tangled up. And his bill was coming to my email, and my bill was going to his email. So I called into State Farm, and I let them know what happened. They claimed they were going to change it. They did not. It continued. So I just knew what I had to pay, and he knew what he had to pay. Before leaving my home, State Farm canceled him. So I thought that was it. It was done. It was over with. He was gone bye-bye. Because they had my email tangled up with his email, they sent me a letter stating that my insurance would be canceled if I did not give them a full statement on what happened on an accident that I never had. So I called, and I talked to the man who I guess was the owner of the State Farm. Because now what they do is wherever you live, they put you with a State Farm agent near you. So I don't like that. I like to go and seek out my own agents to see if I actually gel with them. So I end up telling Mr. Ray, I think his name is. And he said, oh, no problem. I'll take care of it. Don't you worry about it. Hang up. I get another email stating this is the day we're going to cancel and we need to hear from you. I'm getting ready to go over to Manila. I called him. I said, I need to know something before I leave out of the country. Oh, well, this is what we have to do. Gave me a totally different story. We need to make sure he no longer lives in your home. I said, well, you can do that by going into motor vehicles. No. We need to know. We need a letter from you. I said, you're not getting a letter because you all screwed up and put my email on him. And I end up getting his email and all of his information on me. So I'm not happy. I'm not giving you anything. You better tell me, or you better call corporate, or you give me the phone number so I can let them know what happened. He gets irate with me. He starts yelling and screaming at me, and then he hangs up on me. So I said, well, I have to get on the plane. I'll deal with this when I come back. I call him. I said, I haven't received an email from you. I haven't received a phone call from you. Nothing. You just went ghost on me. Well, what the hell do you think I'm supposed to do? I said, are you cursing at me now? He hung up. I called him back. I said, you're the rudest person I've ever had to deal with when it comes to State Farm. And I had State Farm by way of a friend of mine who talked me into going into State Farm years ago. So, of course, I left State Farm because I got a better deal from Geico. And I've been with Geico for years, and then I just switched over to State Farm. So I left State Farm. He would not give me any information, so I was running out of time. And of course, by the time everybody starts pulling what they need to pull from me, it looks like I've had an accident because of their mistakes. So I'm with a insurance company, USAA, that I'm extremely happy with. I'll never leave them, ever. I will never go back to State Farm. And anybody that I know has State Farm, trust me, I'm going to do my best to get rid of them. Since I had this problem for a whole year and he could not solve it for me, why not just pay me my money back? Just pay me my money back. You continue to take my money and then you cancel me. Just give me my money back. I was the ideal customer, but you was one of the worst owners of a company I've ever seen in my life. You know, I own my own company, and one thing I always was taught by my parents who own their own company, no matter what, customers are always right.